Day 10 of protests across Denver, nearly a week after police used tear gas and pepper balls to disperse protesters outside DPD District 6 on Colfax. Hundreds of peaceful protesters returned tonight, chanting and standing outside the fence there.
And Air Tracker 7 is monitoring those protests right now. Here is a live look at what it looks like right now. This is over Colfax and Grant. You can see a small group of protesters still out there at this hour.
Denver 7's Lance Hernandez is live tonight. And Lance, you've been covering protests all day, and not just here in Denver.
Also in Aurora, but right now I'm in the Fallen Heroes Memorial across the street from the state capitol. You know, this had been tagged a few times last week, and some veterans that are standing adjacent to me decided to do something about it. They took part of their Fallen Heroes Memorial and converted it into a temporary memorial for George Floyd. You can see all these candles, all these flowers brought by people who have been touched by what happened to Mr. Floyd. A number of protesters coming by, lighting up candles themselves tonight. So this is one of the more solemn areas around the Capitol zone. And as you mentioned earlier, there were protests in Aurora as well. In Aurora, the rally at City Hall was referred to as Blackout 2020. People were asked to wear black, were asked to wear masks, and were asked to say the names of those who have died at the hands of police. Hundreds of people came to the Aurora Municipal Center to draw attention to the issue of excessive police force and to remember Elijah McClain and others who have died at the hands of police.
The system of white supremacy is what's upholding police being able to put their knee on our neck and nobody gets prosecuted.
I like Martin, I like Malcolm.
Dr. Ryan Ross told the crowd he's been reflecting on Martin Luther King's dream and how it's been deferred.
We can no longer defer this dream. It's time for us to take action.
He says there's an opportunity to redefine racial relationships.
We can look at data from Jane Elliott's Brown Eyes, Blue Eye Project and actually eliminate racism in 21 years if we actually decided to.
Denver School Board member Tay Anderson called out white people.
It shouldn't take a Twitter hashtag for you to show up for black people. So you have been officially called out because we don't want to have to gather like this again.
Hashim Coates says communities of color are disproportionately impacted by police violence.
It is clear to all of us that police reform is not just needed, but is long overdue.
No justice!
No peace!
On Colfax, near Galena, another protest in front of the Mango House. Participants calling for systemic change and accountability. Back live at the Veterans Memorial, I can tell you that there are protesters in front of the state capitol. It's dark over there, so you can't see them, but you can see a message being projected on the wall, the front wall, west wall of the state capitol itself. We can't breathe, dismantle white supremacy. That's been the motto of the folks that have been gathering here at the state capitol all week long. Again, they want systemic change in America's police departments, and they want accountability. Live at Veterans Memorial Park, Lance Hernandez, Denver 7.
Lance, thank you. Several Broncos players made their voices heard in Denver today. They marched with protesters on day 10 of demonstrations from the Capitol through downtown. Players dressed in all black in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement and the continued frustration over the death of George Floyd.
We all wanted to do something. We all wanted to let everybody know in our Denver community that, you know, that we're here for them. It's about us trying to bridge this gap, you know, and bringing everybody together.
Many of the protesters say they will continue peacefully marching until changes are made to how police work in minority communities. And hundreds more protesters shut down Pena Boulevard out by the airport for a short time this afternoon as marchers made their way through Green Valley Ranch. They were marching in a protest organized by students at Strive Prep Rise High School. They wanted to stand in solidarity with African American and minority communities and honor the lives lost to police violence and systemic racism.